a second. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Undercover Weeps podcast is back, and today we actually are going to do a list form. So we haven't done a list in a while.
A
We're
top
doing our
10.
top 10 beginner anime list. So I'm one of the hosts, Noah. You probably know me.
Yep, and I am the other host, AK. It has been a hot second since we've done a top 10, I think.
I know.
Well, it's been a hot second since we've really done anything, since we keep getting like off schedule with our posting.
Yeah, life, dude. You just moved from New York to Minnesota, back to now to Santa freaking California. So,
Yeah, it's been
so you're all over the
quite the
place.
trip in the last month, and I've had absolutely no time in between there to record. But hey, we're back at it, and now I think we're both are on like a regular schedule from this point forward.
Mm, yeah.
So maybe you'll even get like a regularly scheduled podcast. That
Mm.
would be pretty crazy, but
Well, the time difference too might actually help us be able to record.
that's true. That is true. Before
Since,
the time difference was in the opposite direction before, and I felt like
mm,
that was more of an issue. But I
because
think
I'm
it'll
more
be
of a
better
night
this
owl
way.
since
Yep.
I work nights, so like it should work. It should work nicely.
Yep. But we are doing top 10 best anime for beginners.
I'm
And
excited to see what you have actually
yeah,
because
just to start us off, I was thinking, what is the very first anime that you watched?
uh Dragon Ball,
Dragon Ball Z or the original Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, One Piece were probably my top three.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess.
Also, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, because you started watching anime when you were way younger than I did.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
only
Before,
started watching anime like 5 years ago.
hmm yeah, I started watching it. I mean, I didn't even know it was anime, but like
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z and stuff, just on Cartoon Network.
yeah, and it's a lot easier to get someone that's younger to watch anime. But
Absolutely.
like the very first thing that I watched was Tokyo Ghoul, and that first season was phenomenal.
hmm
But after that, it was a disaster.
Yeah, right.
But
Sorry, Tokyo Ghoul didn't make my list, AK.
yeah, it didn't make mine either. Probably because it is absolute booty cheeks trash.
So bad. It's so
And
bad. I won't watch it.
I really hope it gets a remake, as long as it doesn't get the Trigun treatment. Because wow, does that look
Oh, that looks bad.
so bad? Oh my gosh, they are butchering that.
Dude, what is up? Did you see what Vash looks like? Dude,
What is it?
everything about it looks terrible.
Trigun
I'm so
Stampede? Like, what
sad.
is going on here?
We'll see, I guess. I don't have very much hope. Maybe it's just total. Maybe they take it a totally different path. I don't know, but it
Maybe
looks like shit. It looks
maybe
like
the
shit.
story will just really carry it and really make it. But for some reason, that sneak peek of the animation hurt my insides.
Yeah, dude, it was so bad. And the first season was so good. The OG, they can't. Oh, fuck. That's a show that could have gotten an awesome remake too.
It really
Like
could have.
the action is there, the characters are there, the story's there. Shit, we'll see. That's gonna hurt my soul if it's bad, but
It's
whatever.
gonna be bad.
I
We
love the
can
original.
hope for the best, but it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but anime that you usually like recommend to someone that doesn't watch anime is very, very, very different usually than what you watch yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I started off Tokyo Ghoul, and moving forward from there, I was still like extremely skeptical of watching anime.
Mm.
And Isaac, who's on the podcast once in a while, finally talked me into watching My Hero Academia because I had been like we were like roommates, and I had like walked in and he's watching that, and I was like, wow, this is really childish stuff. And
Yeah.
then like 3 weeks later, I watched it and I was like, damn, that's pretty good actually.
Mm.
And now here I sit, the with the most recent anime I'm watching is Komi Can't Communicate.
Comey can't communicate. I thought about starting that the other day.
It's I'm not the biggest fan. It's doesn't the story is just like a bit too repetitive for my liking. But
Yeah,
hey, we've made it like 100 plus anime in.
true, true. I gotta get back on the anime grind. That's what I need to do. I've been slacking lately. None of this new stuff really has caught my eye that much though. Because
Well,
I'm all for watching new stuff, but nothing
same.
as of late has really like piqued my interest as much as other seasons. So
Hey,
we'll
coming
see.
up though, we're gonna get Chainsaw Man. We're gonna get
Yep.
another season of Jujutsu Kaisen, which is gonna be
Mhm.
absolutely fire.
I think this next year is gonna be really good.
It should be
It's gonna
hot.
be good.
It should be
Yeah.
hot. But why don't we hop in finally to our top 10 anime for beginners? Starting off at number 10, I'll take it away. My number 10 is Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, that's in my honorable mentions. I thought about putting that in my top 10.
This is this funny one because neither of us really like Cowboy Bebop that much, but I do feel like it is actually perfect for beginners.
Yeah, that is a solid beginner. That's like I thought about it in my honorable mention. I have something very similar at 10 though. It's like Cowboy Bebop's cousin.
Ooh, interested to hear about that in a minute.
I,
But yeah,
I've said
this. Oh, go ahead.
I have Samurai Champloo at 10.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I thought about including that, but then I was like, well, Cowboy Bebop is like literally the same thing, but samurai form. Or,
Yeah.
yeah, Samurai Champloo's samurai form of Cowboy Bebop. But I actually do
Mm-hmm.
think Samurai Champloo is way better.
Mm-hmm.
But Cowboy
Those,
Bebop is just like more similar to the American TV where it's like episodic.
yeah.
I think it's easier for people to watch.
And I mean, it's so popular for a reason. People just
Yeah,
absolutely adore that show.
the animation holds up.
Yep.
The story is where I think it does lack a little bit just because it is episodic, although apparently it gets the last couple episodes is where you get stuff with I can never remember the
Vicious.
villains. Vicious. Such a sick name, but I can never remember what it is.
Yeah, I finished it recently. Um,
I watched like 3 episodes of it today, so I'm on episode 23, 22 now.
yeah, it's last episode's fire. Last episode's really, really good. Like really, really good. By far the best episode in the whole entire show.
It's got to get good somewhere to get the recognition that it does.
Yeah, I think it's because people think Spike is super cool, and it came out in like that time where everyone was like riding Bruce Lee's dick.
Mhm.
So they're like, "Oh my God, Spike is the coolest character ever," and like the vibe of the show, I feel like it sucks people right in, especially beginners. Especially beginners. I
I
think that nostalgia factor holds really strong with that show.
and I think a thing something that kind of really pulls through in most of the shows that I have here is low amount of fan service in terms of like etchiness.
Yeah, I try to stay away from some of that too.
Because when you recommend someone like their first anime, all I'm saying is don't recommend them like Fire Force or something where it's just the most random
Yeah.
etchy scene in there. That would probably turn them off pretty quickly. Unless they're into that, which they could be. I don't know. You got to
Mm,
read your crowd.
you do got to read the crowd. But yeah, I think Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop are both pretty good choices to get someone into anime.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to
Especially
think too hard. You can kind of just watch it, enjoy the ride.
exactly. Exactly. Well, my number 9 is another classic. It's Hunter x Hunter, Hunter x Hunter. Sorry, not supposed to pronounce the X.
It is what it is. I have that coming up later, but that's a great choice. I think I I have that higher on my list, but yeah, it's an absolute classic, an absolute staple that anyone can get into.
It really is just a classic shonen. You really
Hmm.
cannot go wrong with Hunter x Hunter, no matter who you recommend it to.
Right. And like I feel like as far as classic shonens go, that's like arguably the best one of them.
I'd
The
say
only,
overall, in terms of pacing, number of episodes, I think it's probably the most digestible.
Yeah. I feel like I don't even know what would put someone off of Hunter x Hunter. Like, well, I don't know why it's not more popular than it is, and it's wildly popular. But like, it never hit that like Naruto DBZ status, you know?
Yeah,
Is it because like,
probably because of the length, to be honest.
yeah,
Because Naruto and DBZ, well, I mean, Naruto has what, like 700, 600. How many episodes does it have?
yeah, six, seven
Like
hundred.
600 episodes. DBZ, they juice that till
Mm-hmm.
till the cows come home. They're
Still
still
juicing,
making
still,
they're
yeah.
still making DBZ content, coming out with a new movie every single year.
Dude, yeah. They just keep the same formula, but the fans love it, so they just,
Hey,
yeah,
it doesn't take much to please a DBZ fan.
that's true. That is true.
I don't want to rip on you DBZ fans, but it doesn't take much to please a DBZ fan.
It doesn't, and you guys get angry really easily just when we say someone's stronger than Goku.
Hey, all I'm saying is in the Discord, there was the
That
Discord
was
debate,
hilarious. I just saw that.
and Saitama is way stronger than Goku. Just like at me, I'll come at you with the
That's
evidence.
just facts, bro. And the thing is, like, that's Saitama's character, though.
That is the point of his character.
like Goku goes through some adversity, you know, and
Yeah.
dies all the time. Saitama, his thing is he's invincible completely. He's completely, utterly invincible. Like,
The point of his character is that he can't lose, and he's
right,
so much more powerful than everyone, no matter what. Not only does he not like lose a fight ever, but he literally never even struggles.
yeah, yeah. Dude, I was watching this TikTok today. Did he like punch? He tried to punch Garo and like during their fight, and he punched like a hole in like the whole entire universe. He wiped out like
He
hundreds of
cleared
galaxies.
out a section of the universe with his punch.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just turned black.
yeah. Saitama's a savage,
Saitama way stronger than Goku. It just is what
dude.
it is.
Dude, and Hunter x Hunter, I feel like you know what actually might put someone off about it is the very start might come off childish.
The very start does, but it takes a pretty drastic turn pretty soon. Like
Yeah,
after say the first 5 episodes,
I was gonna say I think episode 6 is when it starts getting more adult.
because you get into the hunter exam and
Yep.
then people start to die, and you're like, shit,
Yeah.
maybe this ain't as childish as you thought it was gonna be.
Right, yeah, the whole Killua moment when he takes the heart out. That's when I was like, "Oh, what is this show? Okay,
I mean,
okay."
even before that, when
Oh yeah,
Hisoka like
Hisoka.
killed the examiner.
Yep, yep. Or you get the whole Hisoka crazy horny gon scream part, which was freaky. Dude, that part is so freaky. I rewatched that not too long ago, and I'm like, dude, Hisoka is such a good villain. Oh, love him.
There's a few on my list that I want to rewatch, but at the same time, I feel so bad for rewatching things
Hmm.
because I'm just like I should be watching something new because there's so much
Yeah,
out there you can watch.
I'm in the same boat, but I always rewatch my favorite episodes of old shows. I'm so guilty of that.
I don't I try my hardest not to, and then I'll just end up not watching anything. So,
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I'll watch something and then I'm like, I hate this. This is getting hype right now. I think this sucks.
hmm
It's just not my cup of tea. And then I'm like, well, I don't want to watch anything now.
there's
But Hunter,
just
Hunter, watch that. It's
yeah,
freaking great.
Hunter x Hunter's is a staple everyone needs to watch. So, what's your number 9?
My number 9, different route a bit. But I was just thinking, like, I think this show would be so digestible to a lot of people, and that's Parasite.
Parasite is a much more like serious show.
Right, and I think if someone like didn't want to watch anime because they thought it was childish, and you put them on Parasite, they'd be like, "Oh, this is dark and this is cool."
You see, I really thought about putting Parasite on my list, and then I
Hmm.
almost thought to myself, usually people that will want to watch an anime aren't looking for something that's like that initially.
Yeah,
But wow, is that such a good story? And
Mhm.
I can't see, if you're not going into it skeptical, that would be like, it's such a good story. It's very thriller, entertaining.
Mhm.
I can't complain about Parasite at all. It's
Right.
just amazing.
Because I feel like sometimes people need that like more serious overlook. Like
Definitely.
like but I don't know. I think that's a good starter because of that show. I remember when I watched it, I didn't really have any idea what it was about, and I was so unbelievably blown away with that show. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so goddamn good! Like, where has this been my whole life?"
That is one that I actually should rewatch because I feel like I haven't I haven't seen it in so long
Hmm.
that I need to have like a refresher on what happened. I remember all the main stuff,
Hmm.
but it's one that I could rewatch now and not be able to pick out every part in the show.
Yeah, and the only thing I guess is like the main character progression is so unique and different than like any other show
It
because
really is.
he like goes in reverse.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a good show though. It's a good show.
it really is amazing. It is for those one of those. It's one of those shows that you recommend to someone that's not gonna like any type of shonen aspect because that doesn't have really any shonen aspect to it.
Right.
It's a pretty serious, pretty adult anime.
Yeah, it's fire. So that's snuck on my list.
Yep. Number 8 is for me is pretty much the exact opposite of what you can get from what your number 9 was. I have Gurren Lagann for number 8.
Damn it, dude! I didn't even include Gurren Lagann. I don't know if I would have, but yeah, let's talk about it. Let's freaking talk about it.
Gurren Lagann is literally just pure action,
Yo,
unadulterated hype.
God, it's awesome. That is a good starter. That is a good starter. But there's some etchy in there.
There is some etchy, but you could easily recommend this to someone, or just like, I don't know, you if as long as they're like a little bit more lighthearted kind of
Hmm.
person, enjoys some tomfoolery.
Yeah.
I feel like you could recommend this to them, or really anyone that is really into like comic book stuff or something.
Mm.
Just
Has
people that
Cole?
has I'm not sure if Cole has seen this.
I think he would like this one
I
actually.
feel like he really would. And by the way, guys, Cole is someone that we plan on having on
Mm.
our podcast sometime in the near future. He is on the beginning of his anime journey. He's seen like maybe like 4 or 5 anime right now.
Yeah,
But
he's been
he's
grinding though.
yeah, but the ones that he has watched are like Naruto, that's 600 episodes long, or Hunter x Hunter, that's like 150 episodes long. So he's really dived deep into some long shows, but he hasn't
Hmm.
watched a lot.
Yeah, he's in the shonen. He's big shonen kick right now, which is
Yeah,
how a lot of people start. But yeah,
he's
Gurren
he's in the
Lagann,
beginning,
dude.
and he
Oh,
would love that.
so good, so good. I made Deuce watch it, and because he was like on the fence about it for the longest time. And then he watched and he goes, "No, I just finished Gurren Lagann." I'm like, "Your thoughts? Like, come on, I need to know." And he was like, "It was awesome,
It
great
was
show."
awesome.
He was like, "Great recommendation. It was awesome." I'm like, "I told you, it's great."
You can't not like Gurren Lagann. Like, it's
Hmm.
just mega giga drill, outer space,
Yeah.
super hype, super awesome. And honestly, there's still some pretty emotional moments in it.
Hmm.
The story is nothing to write home about, but it's still sick.
And you know what else with Gurren Lagann is the ending isn't absolute shit, like most
It's
anime.
still kind of whack.
Oh, I actually thought it was. I thought the ending itself was good. I thought the whole, like the last build up to it was kind of out there, but like the whole
Yeah,
ending with Simon or Simone, and then he's like, I don't know, old. I thought that was satisfying.
yeah. I thought that was actually. I should not say this because that is major spoiler. I'm gonna skip what I just was about to say. Holy balls, that was gonna be about the biggest unintentional spoiler drop and we want you people to watch these, so I'm gonna skip
Yeah.
that. It was gonna be I was gonna say something about not the main villain, but the main villain, like the dad or the
Yeah.
older guy. I was gonna say something about him, but I'm gonna skip over
Mhm.
that.
Yep. And episode 7 is a heavy hitter, terrific episode in anime.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
when I said there are some emotional parts, that was the episode I was referring to.
Yeah. Yep.
It hits heavy, hits hard.
You think anyone drops the show shortly after that episode
I
because
bet
of
there's
that moment?
so many people that drop it before that episode,
Really?
and then they just never get to that episode, and they don't realize what they missed.
God, dude, good. Yeah, that's a good one.
Because before that, I really wasn't really that invested.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some parts after that where I thought it should have probably just worked a little bit differently than it did, but just the action and the hype around the show,
Yeah,
it
and
kept me
I
going.
think the character relationships and dynamics are good too.
Yeah, I would
Like
agree with that.
the cast of characters they have, I feel like meshes well.
It really does. It really does. Yeah. What's your number 8?
My number 8 is kind of a cheat. Is kind of a cheater one. That's why I put it at 8. It's like most Ghibli films.
Oh, that's my number 7.
Oh, perfect.
I literally wrote Ghibli movies.
Yeah, I did too.
Ghibli's
yeah.
is just they're just different. I don't know.
Yeah, and even their bad ones are good. Like Howl's Moving Castle I just watched, which I don't think has the highest rating.
Movies. I honestly, Howl's Moving Castle is probably my favorite Ghibli movie after Spirited Away.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. There's something about Ghibli movies, and like, unless you haven't seen them, you won't know what I'm talking about. But there's something about them. It's like the aesthetic of them. I don't know what it is. They just do it for me, and they're all solid. Like every single one that I've seen has been good.
I feel like it might be the movies are just so loosely written, and the worlds that they're made in are just so perfectly made. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Like you never question anything that happens in the movies.
Right. You're just watching like completely like in tune with the movie.
And no matter how old one of those Ghibli movies are, that animation is always holding up.
Always.
Is Grave of the Fireflies a Ghibli movie?
Yep.
Oof.
That movie.
If you're starting on Ghibli, don't start with Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah, that is a totally different vibe and turn from the rest of them. Oh.
Grave of the Fireflies, if you watch that, you will want to get in the fetal position and cry for the next month and a half.
You just want to sit there and just be like, oh no. Like, it's so depressing.
I can't believe you done this.
It literally starts sad and just progressively gets more sad. And you're just like everything that happens throughout the movie, you're just like, no. Oh man, like that sucks.
It just slowly rips you limb from limb on the inside.
Yeah, I've watched it twice now, and I think the second time was worse.
I can believe that. I honestly believe that.
Because I would say like 30 minutes, 20 minutes left in the movie, you understand the direction it's taking. You're like, fuck. Oh,
it's depressing. Very.
I don't even know how many I've seen. Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Howl's Moving Castle.
I don't think I've seen My Neighbor Totoro.
Princess Mononoke. That's a good one. That's probably my favorite one.
I'm honestly, I haven't seen Spirited Away in a long time, but I remember when I originally watched it and seen the girl's parents turn into pigs.
Mm-hmm.
I was emotionally scarred from that for a long time.
Yeah, like, I think that messed a lot of people up.
That scared the shit out of me as like as like an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, dude, that literally, so I've talked to people about like anime and they'll say like Spirited Away. And they always mention that pig scene. Bro, like, when I was young, I remember that pig scene. I'm like, it is pretty like.
That was so off the cuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Spook you to your core.
God, have you seen Ponyo? Ponyo?
No, I haven't seen Ponyo.
I heard that one's super good. They're all good, but I need to watch more actually
They're
because they're usually.
all they're all on HBO Max. I think
Yep,
it's
yeah.
HBO Max. It's either
Mhm,
that. I'm pretty sure it's HBO Max in the United States, and they're all on there. And that's where I just recently watched Princess and Mononoke.
mhm.
And I was gonna get on a binger for all of the Ghibli films
Yeah, I may watch one
after
later.
I finally finish Cowboy Bebop. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finish it tonight.
Mhm.
It's gonna happen.
I will. I will say, I do think it's grown on me after I watched the whole thing. It did grow on me because like the last episode was so good.
Bebop.
And yeah, and that episode with the Pierre Lemon, whatever the French fat
I just
guy,
watched that one. Yeah, today.
that's like the second best episode. I thought that one was awesome.
I thought I did think these last so when I stopped last time, it was after that mushroom episode.
Yeah,
And
that's like the worst one.
I
Ah!
hated that episode. I really did not like it at all.
Mhm.
But then like today there was one with Faye uh like you have a videotape of her childhood.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
was
That
that was that one hit. That was a good
that one is a
episode.
good one. Yep. Hmm.
And then the one where with the assassin, that was a good episode.
Yep.
And yeah, only I hear the end is only up from there, so
Hmm.
I actually
Yeah.
kind of look forward to watching the rest of it tonight.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, what is your number 7 if your number 8 was Ghibli?
My number 7, and I think I have to throw it on here because, like, I mean, it is one of my personal favorites, but it's also so hype. I feel like it has to be on my list. It might be higher on your list. I have it at 7, but it's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I didn't put it on here.
You didn't put it on.
There's a big reason I didn't put it on though. A
All right.
massive
Well,
reason.
tell me about it. Tell me about it. Because I debated, but I was like, I have to. I have to. I felt obliged.
The main reason I didn't put it on is because you can't start someone at the peak. Because it only
Yeah,
really
that's good.
goes down from there.
You're right. You're right. But I mean, I feel like it's also a show that most people watch within their first 5.
Yeah, that is true because you watch something that your friend will recommend to you, and then you're like, I need more,
Yeah.
and then you end up going to you look on Reddit or something. What is the next anime I should watch? And it's
Mhm.
always Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood
Right. Well, it's because
or
it's
Death
so
Note, but
goddamn good. That's I'm gonna be talking about that later too. But Full Metal, I feel like, yeah, it's tough. It's tough
it's
because it's so good, and there's nothing wrong with it. So like
it's the
everyone's gonna like it.
most well-rounded,
Hmm.
well made, good all the way through
Yep.
show that I think I've ever seen to this date.
Yeah. It's damn near perfect. I don't know if we'll ever get anything that's closer to perfect. Because
Yeah,
like it hits on every single level, every aspect. It's just good. It's great.
the story was just so well thought through in every situation. I think that
Mhm,
it in terms of just like a short story, it's not even that short. It's like 60 episodes, but
mhm.
it was through and through well written. Never really a low point, but there's a lot of really good high points.
Yeah, and like everything about like the power system's so cool and so unique.
It
Like if you're a
is.
power system junkie, it's gonna suck you in right away. Like everything about it.
How come
Fire.
no other power systems take that kind of approach?
Hmm.
The magic
Yeah.
is done over and over again. Stuff like trying to do similar to like Nen or uh, stuff like that, but no one ever
Mhm.
takes the alchemist approach.
Right. And you know what I've actually kind of been realizing? I've been reading like fantasy novels lately.
Hmm.
They have cool power systems actually. Like anime could take a thing or two, like because they all have magic and incorporate magic,
Yep.
but they all have their own form of it and their own laws and like their own spins on it. So like I don't know, because I feel like anime is most of it's pretty similar, power
Hmm.
system wise.
I think I'm gonna start collecting or start reading more actual novels too.
Hmm.
I've been reading a lot of manga. As if you're watching the thing, you can see half of my manga on the massive shelf over here, and the other half is sitting on the floor over here because I only got one of the two shelves that I ordered. Um, but yeah,
Because
what were we
I'm
talking
just
about? Full Metal Alchemist.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so it can't start at the peak. That's why it wasn't my one,
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, yeah, that's true. Like I feel like you don't want to start someone on Full Metal. But yeah,
But
regardless,
it's
it's
damn
good.
good. If you
Hmm.
really, if this person is really refusing to watch anything, and you can
Hmm.
only get them to watch one period, have it be Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, absolutely,
Full Metal Alchemist
absolutely.
Brotherhood. Must say the Brotherhood. Otherwise,
Yes.
the original Full Metal Alchemist is not bad, but it's
Hmm.
no Brotherhood.
It's no Brotherhood. Yep, it's good.
It is good. So what are we on now? Number 6.
Yep.
My number 6 is The Promised Neverland season 1 exclusively.
Oh, that's a good one. That didn't even cross my mind. That's a good one.
Talk about a show that fell from grace so
Oh
quickly.
God, that sucks. It sucks so bad, dude. It sucks so bad because they could have done such cool things with the anime. Oh,
They they threw so much money away there.
so much
So
money, bro.
much money. What were they doing?
I think they just gave up. They were like, first, it's they were just like, no, the first like season was the best. Nothing's gonna. The other seasons are bad. Is the thing. Like they're more action packed than like
Mm-hmm.
the psychological thriller that's the first season. Like they could have done awesome stuff with that.
Yeah. It was the first season was so jam packed with thriller awesomeness.
Mm-hmm.
It is the most well done thriller in terms of anime of I think I've ever seen. The only thing that might come close to it is the first season of or the first half of Death Note.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of just short spurt of awesome thriller, it's unmatched.
It's so good, and every episode has you chomping at the bit. Oh
That
man,
is
that's
one I started watching when it had like 3 episodes out. And I
yeah, yeah.
literally remember texting in our group message that we had of me, you, Isaac, and Shane
Mm,
saying, "This is the next Death Note, and you have to watch it now."
yeah,
And that was
yeah.
only when there were like 4 episodes out.
I remember that. I remember that. I was in my dungeon room at my college house,
And wow,
and
I was right about that first season,
oh god,
but
that
that
first episode, that oh, it's so good, dude. Now that I think about it, that's such a good one, AK. I never would have thought of that, but yeah, it is. Cause like it's kind of eerie that first season,
uh
you know, because
huh,
they have tattoos and stuff. You know, something weird is gonna
uh huh.
happen. And then the end of the first episode, you're just like, oh, oh I need more. I need more. Like, so good.
They had the whole anime community in the palm of their hands for that second
Mhm.
season,
Yep.
and I didn't read the manga, so I didn't really know what to expect in the second season at all.
Mm,
But immediately, I could tell something was off.
yeah.
It was just wrong.
Man. Man, it sucks.
They
It
really
sucks.
dropped the ball, but at least they gave us that masterpiece of a first season.
Yeah. Damn, I really like that pick. I really like that pick.
You can get anyone to watch that. It's just such a.
Mm.
If you don't like that, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's just
Yeah, because it's so good. It's so good. There's another one I was thinking about including, but it's like one I don't even like that much, but everyone else does. But I'll talk about it in my honorable mentions.
all right. Sounds good. What is your number 6 then?
I debated all of these because I was just thinking like what is popular, what do people really like, what is super digestible. And I think one that like I think a lot of people really like is One Punch Man. I think
Mm-hmm.
some of the humor in it would fall. It maybe might miss for some people, but I think through and through the first season of One Punch Man, it's.
I
I
would
think
agree with
anyone
you
could watch
there.
that.
As much to say that my One Punch Man is at number 5, so
Oh, dude! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
it is not your average superhero story. That's
Hmm.
that's for sure.
It's just, it's so
God
easy to
damn, it's
watch.
good. It's good.
It's
It really
so
is
good.
good.
Oh man, like, and there's high points. There are some
Yo,
emotional moments.
yeah.
It's so good.
Damn,
God.
the characters in the show and the gags are what carry
Hmm.
it.
Yeah,
And the
absolutely.
animation in the first season is absolutely astounding.
Hmm.
But some of the characters, most specifically Moomin Rider in the first season, and a specific scene where he threw his bike at a giant lizard or a giant fish lizard.
Yeah,
Wow, did that hit so hard for absolutely no reason.
I know. So hard, dude. Your heart just breaks, and you're just like, wow, what a man.
It
What a guy.
made me so big sad.
So sad. Or like
So
even
unbelievably big sad.
even from episode one, you're just like, oh, this is awesome. This is just awesome. Like,
I mean, you start from him killing Vaccine Man, who is literally just like, who apparently people power scale is still one of the more powerful villains in One Punch Man,
yeah.
and you don't even get to see that fight because he beats him
No.
before that.
Yeah. He just straight up murks him. Oh god. And then his the fight scene where he's dreaming is such a sick scene. Oh gosh.
That is really sick. I love. It's such a good show. The manga is also amazing, and I even started reading. I could not wait for the manga, so I started reading the webcomic. And even though the manga has amazing art, the webcomic has also amazing art, but for a completely different reason. It
Dude,
is
that picture you sent is
just
so funny.
it is just so unbelievably bad, but it's just so charming. It's
Yeah,
just it's just meant for that. It's just perfect for what it is.
I know. I was literally looking at that and I was laughing my ass off.
Just imagine an 11-year-old that wanted to draw a manga. That's what it looks like.
God, it's awesome.
It's just hilarious.
Dude, One Punch Man. It's too good. It's too good. Dude, and the second season was overhated. Overhated the second season was, in my opinion.
The the animation definitely lacked, but the story was there enough for it's one of those that the story is good enough that you can ignore the animation.
Right.
It's no Seven Deadly Sins where the story sucks wiener and you have to rely on animation and Escanor to carry you through.
Right.
The story's actually good.
The story's so good, and you get introduced to such a good villain in season two. Which I haven't read the manga. I should read the manga because I love One Punch Man. But people say Garo is like one of the best villains in anime, or in all of like manga and anime. But I don't know.
That depends entirely on how you rank villains. Do you rank your villains based on pure power, or do you rank your villains based on their motives?
Yeah, I kind of do. I do more motives, more same motives.
Then probably not the best villain ever. But in terms of cool power and abilities, yeah, he's pretty sick.
Mm.
That's why, especially okay, we're gonna break into One Piece talk because it always ends up there. People
Mm.
always be saying Kaido's like the best villain in One Piece, but I don't think he's even close.
No, he's not even close.
That those are the people that rank their villains based off of how strong they are.
I think he has potential to be, but we're gonna find out about him later.
Yeah, But
But
at this moment, for me, in One Piece,
he's like,
having a brain fart. I cannot think of his name. Doflamingo is still
yep,
the top villain.
yeah, Dofi's definitely the top villain for sure.
Dude's backstory crushes.
Oh, so goddamn good, dude. Loki, like, not. I mean, Dressrosa was really good, but that made that like elevated it and really kept it amazing.
That's where you realize that Oda could actually write a villain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Because the rest of the villains are just like they're just shitty
They're
people.
just villains to be villains.
Yeah.
Which it works sometimes, but other times I don't know. Not my thing. In for villains, not my thing. But what is your number? What is that? Number 5. What is your number 5?
Number 5 is Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter. So that was at number 9. We already talked about that. My number 4 is probably something that you would never expect coming on a list like this, but it is the Great Pretender, or Great Pretender. Sorry, there's no the.
I I thought about that too.
It's
Yeah.
just such a, I don't know. It's another one of those ones that is just suspenseful. You never know how it's going to end up, and you really are always guessing on, in a way you always know that it's going to end up okay, or like
Mm-hmm.
it's going to turn out good, because that's like the point. They're con artists, but they leave you out of what the con is, so you don't know how it's going to end.
I like that. I really liked that dynamic of the Great Pretender because like then when you find it out, I don't know, it just hits different. It
It
makes you, I
really
don't know.
does. It just
Yeah.
hits your insides a little bit
You're
different.
like, yes,
You
that's
get
like, let's
excited.
go,
You're
let's
excited about
go.
the fact that they just scammed someone out of like $60 million.
Yeah, that's a good one. I
The
wasn't even that like hot, like big on Great Pretender. I enjoyed it. Um, I would never make a top list of mine or anything, but like,
Yeah,
it is super digestible.
I really enjoyed it when I first watched it. I really did. They also include, it's not just that. They have some good character moments.
Yeah.
They go through pretty much all the main uh 4, 3,
Mhm.
4, all the main 4 people backstories and such. It's just done well. It's just another well done show. I can't
Yeah.
complain about it.
I
Um,
actually I liked I watched that and Banana Fish around the same time. I actually like Banana Fish more, but I would never put Banana Fish on a list like this, like a beginner anime list. But
I think I made it about 15 minutes into the first episode of Banana Fish, and then I got sidetracked and just forgot to watch any more of it.
it's it's interesting. I really liked it, but not for everybody. That's for sure. Definitely not for everybody.
Mm-hmm. So, what is your number 4 then?
My number 4, season 1 only. You can watch season 2 too, I suppose. We give it too much hate, but season 1 of Death Note because I know that has gotten people into anime personally,
Mm-hmm.
and that was one of the first not mainstream anime that I watched,
You don't think Death Note is mainstream?
or like not shonen,
Yeah,
shonen.
yeah. I guess, yeah. When you think of mainstream, usually it is shonen.
You know, it is mainstream, about damn near as mainstream as it gets, but I was like, holy shit, this is what anime can be. It gave me a whole new perspective on what it could be. And that first season is damn near
Mm-hmm.
perfect. Damn near. It is like a 9.8. It is so good.
It is. It's just about perfect.
Mm-hmm.
If they would have just ended after the first season, it could have been perfect.
Yeah.
Even the second half is, it's like a 8,
Yeah.
but down from that 9.8, it's tough.
Right. And what's hard is like to look at that like as its own thing because you
Mm-hmm.
come off of season 1 and L, who is one of the coolest and most like likable characters in anime.
Mm-hmm.
And then second season you get some other characters that get thrown in there, and I did not like them really at all, like not even a little bit.
Even even the one shot after was really good. Have you read that yet?
No, but I heard it was
You should
awesome.
really read that. It was good. It was really good.
Yeah,
It almost
but
made you think that he was going to open it up and start a whole new series because it ended up adding a new rule to the Death Note. So you would think like
oh,
something would be built around that, but no info on that for the moment. So
that's
we can only hope.
that's a good one. I
That is
just
a great
thought,
one. But my number 3, we're on number 3, right? I think.
mhm.
My number 3 is Vinland Saga.
That's on my honorable mentions.
Vinland Saga is just, you got to recommend a Vinland Saga to someone that is watching the Vikings TV show,
Mhm.
like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's an excellent Viking themed show that not in any way is historically accurate or anything, but it's extremely interesting, and the characters are amazing. The
Yep.
development is amazing.
Mm.
The main character says maybe 2 words the whole goddamn show, but you don't care at all
Oh,
because
I mean,
everything else going around is awesome.
it's so good, dude. It's so good. I just, I guess my only thing was like, if you don't really like Viking stuff, maybe you
Yeah,
won't like it. I don't know. I was gonna put it on my list, but then I'm like, maybe I'm just super biased because I
I feel
love it.
like
It's
I
one of
am a
my
little
favorites.
biased. And the OP slaps.
So good.
The
OP
first
goes
the
so
first
hard.
opening, it's so good. Oh my
So
god.
it's so good. And Askeladd, god damn it. What a good character.
The main villain slash anti-hero slash hero.
Flash, yeah, yeah. The the only character in anime that qualifies into every category.
He's
could
great.
could be
Canute's
considered the
great.
main character. Okay, could
For the
be.
first season, I would say he's the main character.
You can make an argument. He's the most
Prominent.
like yeah, and like you don't like the hero story, heroes and shit. They're all basically kind of similar.
Uh-huh.
Askeladd is his own freaking entity of character. Like,
He's
oh,
amazing. I love that.
it's so good.
I want to watch it again before the second season comes out, which by the way is now Mappa because Wit is just giving up all of their stuff. I don't
Make
understand Wit.
I don't either. I don't get what Wit's doing either. But if anyone's gonna take over, I'm
I'm
happy it's
glad it's
Mappa.
Mappa, but you got to wonder about those Mappa workers, bro.
Yeah, dude, what is going? How can they do this?
Mappa is giving the people what they want, but
Yes,
they what is where how are they getting all this stuff done?
they must just hire so many people, or their workers are just dedicated.
Because
Because
every time a new anime comes out that is like a good one that you want to watch, I feel like it's always by Mappa now.
dude, Jujutsu Kaisen is gonna take the world by storm. Chainsaw Man has potential to be an absolute breakthrough into the mainstream.
And then they have
Like,
Attack on Titan, they have Hell's Paradise, they have Vinland Saga, and usually studios are producing one anime like a year.
yeah, and they're just rolling,
They're
cooking,
just
and they're cooking out,
cooking them out, bro.
and they're cooking out what we want to see too.
Exactly.
Like,
They never miss.
oh man, yeah,
Mappa
Mappa's
is a
killing the
wonder.
game. I'm thankful for them. I really am.
Who else would give us what we want?
Yeah, because yeah, UFO table is pretty tied up.
They don't produce that many things though. It's literally
That's just when they do, you're just like,
yeah, they just flex on you when they do with what they do.
mm. That's a
Well,
good one.
what is
I
your
have
number
no
3?
gripes. My number 3 is actually Demon Slayer.
Well, that's my number 2. I was gonna say UFO Table has their hands full with Demon Slayer, but I was gonna wait. But
Oh,
we're jumping right into it.
dude, it is blinding how good the animation is and how much it make how much it enhances the story actually, or like how much you enjoy the anime.
It gives me the chills. How
It's
good the animation is.
it's
It
incredible.
gives me goosebumps.
Like, dude, because I remember I said in our group chat, I'm like, Demon Slayer this far is better than Attack on Titan, just like the last season
Hmm.
where they were at in their retrospective time. And then you're like, no, the anime is like the animation is just like blinding you. And I'm like, you're right. You're totally
It
right.
is right. Story of Attack on Titan way better, but goddamn, Demon Slayer animation really just hits so much different.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's just
I
the
don't. E-
style with like the CGI is the best CGI I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like so good you don't even notice it at all.
They use CGI for like their surroundings
Yeah.
and they do it so well where other studios will use it as for like an action part of a person that'll just like in Baki or some shit where it's
The CGI in Baki is hilarious.
the CGI in
Oh.
Baki is so bad.
It'll literally be like a zoomed out view of like one of the characters like
It
warming
looks
up.
like a
They're just
video
it's
game when they switch to
CGI.
CGI. Like it looks like a video game from like 2013.
Dude, actually, it's so funny though. It cracks me up actually. Like, it gives me a good chuckle.
I don't the rest of their animation is fine,
I
but
know.
it's just when a
It's not
weird
even
fight
bad.
happens, they switch to that weird ass CGI.
It's not even every fight. It's only some
No,
of them.
it's so. I think that's why it catches you so off guard all the time.
Yeah, that shit's funny.
That is
That shit is funny.
hilarious. Damn, but Demon Slayer CGI amazing. Story pretty
And
mid, but
yeah, the fight choreography and the animation and the characters are good.
yeah,
They're good.
characters are decent. Especially when you get the backstories of the villains or of the
Yeah.
demons. Makes you big sad.
Yeah. And like honestly, most of the main characters that they introduce, I feel like are like they're relatable. Like I
Mm-hmm.
really like
Mm-hmm.
Tengen a lot. I really like Tengen a lot.
I'm interested to see about that other kid that passed the Demon Slayer exam because I know he's going to be a character coming up.
Which one is that?
He wears kind of like a purplish brown thing. He has a weird haircut. Really like tall, buff looking kid.
Yeah, yep.
I feel like he's just gonna be a badass. I don't know why. He looks like he just could rip people limb from limb.
Yeah, no, he's like a savage.
I
Yeah.
think he's gonna become prominent sooner or later.
So how many more seasons are they gonna have until they finish
Well,
it up?
what? There's, I think like 27 or 28 volumes. They don't move terribly fast on the seasons.
No, they really don't. I'm gonna look up where it ended off.
I want to say they're only on volume like 14 or 15. So they could have another
Oh,
like 3 seasons,
the final episode, Demon Slayer season 2, adapted chapter 97.
which was volume probably, yeah, probably like, maybe it's further than I thought.
I thought it was kind of far along. I thought there was only going to be a couple more or a few more seasons.
Yeah, well, what do we think? Well, I guess it kind of depends on how long the chapters are or whatnot.
Whatever. I'm here for it.
I'm sure the animation will be awesome.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
story. Yeah,
It'll
I'm
be
totally
good.
gonna watch it. Have to. But yeah, great one to put people on. It broke into the mainstream in the U.S. So
Trending on Twitter doesn't happen
yep.
very often.
Mm-mm,
Well, what
not at
is
all.
your number two? Because that was my number two.
My number two is I freaking hate. Actually, I hate to say it because I do like it. It's Naruto.
That's my number one. Is Naruto.
People go crazy for it, bro. It has to be like.
It's just good. I don't know what to say about it. It's just good,
Yep.
just through and through. Especially the to start with the Land of Waves.
Terrific.
Zabuza, that
Dude.
that crushes me on the inside.
Oh, dude. Oh, what a good first arc. One of the best first arcs in Shonen.
I would say so. It
It might
really
be the
hits
it might be
heavy
the best first
fast.
arc.
I would honestly agree with that. Well, it depends if you consider the his exam the first arc.
No, I don't.
So if you, because that's only like one episode
Yeah.
or two episodes. But damn, the Land of Waves is a good arc.
Dude, Arlong, your Instagram poll, the fact that Orlando Waves beat out the Pain arc hurt my soul deeply. Crushed
Bro,
it, tore it into
both are
pieces.
so good.
Yeah, but I hold the Pain arc in high regard.
The
That's like
Pain
I
arc
think
is really, really, really good too. And then
yeah,
after
dude.
that, it goes downhill fairly quickly. But
Dude, I know it's I need to take Naruto for more of what it is and just like say screw that last arc. Because up like now that I think about it, almost every single arc hit up until the final
yeah,
arc.
the
There's a couple slow
the
ones.
Genin exam arc was kind of slow for me.
The Chunin exam arc was fire.
Wait, I don't know which one was which. The first exam that they had, where or
You
not
didn't like that one?
I thought it was okay. I thought there were
I
parts of it that were
loved
just
it.
kind of slow. I mean, there were obviously the really sick parts where like
Mhm.
Rock Lee versus Gara, some other cool fights, but then there were
Yeah.
other parts that I was just pretty indifferent about.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Sasuke retrieval arc, even like all that shit.
Yeah.
And then even in Shippuden, there was some good stuff.
I mean, it's probably the second best of the big three.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
haven't read enough of Bleach to really know, but the Soul Society arc of Bleach is, I think, better than it's probably better than any of the arcs on Naruto other than the Pain arc.
Yeah, I need to read Bleach, I think, because I want to watch the new
So
season,
do I.
actually.
1,000 Year Blood War.
I heard it's good. I heard like it's actually solid.
Uh huh.
So and the animation looks great, so I'm like shit, I might have
The
to
tough part about Bleach is all that filler in the anime.
I know, I think I'm just gonna have to read it.
I think I'll probably end up. I'm already like 80 chapters in, but I don't know why I didn't just start at the end of the Soul Society because I already read that. But I guess because I kind of wanted to read the Soul Society because it was really good.
I part of me just wants to also watch through Soul Society because
That it's really good. It
yeah.
really good. Soul Society is one of the best arcs in Shonen.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty universal, which means it has to be fire because that
Mm-hmm.
rarely happens.
It's pretty damn good. So, what is your number one then? I thought it was gonna
My
be Naruto. I thought it was gonna be the same as mine.
my number one is I'm completely biased on this number one.
You're probably gonna say like
Completely biased.
Food Wars or something.
No, no,
IQ.
no, no, not. I haven't thought
Uh,
about it.
I honestly do not know.
It's this. I'm biased. I just think that this show has something for everybody, and if everyone goes in with an open mind, this is a great starter because it's not peak, but it's pretty fucking up there. I have Mob Psycho actually as my one.
I Mob Psycho is so good, but I left it off because I thought it might be just a little bit weird.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. It might not, but it is for everybody low key. Like it's not that childish,
Mm-mm.
and the themes are awesome. Like the action is also awesome.
Animation is awesome. I think the
Characters
characters
awesome.
awesome. The funniest part about Mob Psycho is that usually in anime when you look at characters, you'll be able to tell the main character based off of like they look so much more wild than everyone else. But
Yeah.
in Mob Psycho, the main characters are the most normal looking ones. And then you'll literally have people with like a roasted chicken as a head.
Yeah. It's so good. It's funny. It hits hard. It's action packed. The story's great. The characters are great. It's just great. That's why I put it as my one, and I guarantee it's not for everybody, but it should
No,
be for most people.
most people should be able to relate to some things in there as well. It's it's in my top 10 favorite anime for a reason. Let's just say
Yeah,
that it
I'm
is up
biased.
there in my top 10 favorite. There's a
I
reason
wanna
I
I
have a
want
poster of it right here.
I want Cole to watch it. It's like a little experiment, seeing what he thinks. But he's also a tough one to get good feedback from, because he dropped Attack on Titan.
Yeah, he's got to have that shonen esque thing, kind of.
What else? Does he watch anything that's not really shonen?
Every time you try to get him to watch something that's not shonen, he gives up
He
fairly
watched
quickly.
he watched Full Metal, didn't he?
Yeah, but Full Metal technically is shonen.
Yeah, true, true.
Not.
Well,
I bet he would love Fire Force actually.
yeah, in the first season of Fire Force is baller. Dude, I wonder if he'd like oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank at the name of that show. Where they're the weapons and they fight demons.
They're the weapons and they fight
Yeah.
demons. Oh, Soul Eater?
Yeah, Soul Eater.
Yeah, I bet he'd like that. That's a good one. That's
Overhated. That one's
the
overhated.
backgrounds in that show are done so cool. They're so
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. How are they gonna tie together Fire Force and Soul Eater?
I think Fire Force goes kind of off the chain at the end.
I haven't finished season 2.
There's no reason to. To be dead honest with you, you can start in season 3 and you won't have anything different.
Really?
It really just didn't go anywhere in season 2.
Well, I got close. I saw the episodes of what's his name, Burns and the Joker. I saw those episodes.
Yeah, but you don't really get any answers.
Oh, you don't? So I
No.
really could start on season 3 then.
Yeah, you could dead ass start on season 3 and there would be no difference. Like you might be missing a few characters that are introduced, but nothing really happens with them that are like prominent. I guess other than the guy that shoots the guy in the big coat that you never get to see and shoots the missiles from his
Mm,
fingers.
yeah.
Um, he is no longer with us, but
I'm so upset about it. Wow, what a spoiler that was.
mhm. Honestly, when it happened, it was pretty emotional.
I know. I love the first season. I held that first season in pretty high regard actually, and I was like, Fire Force might do it. They might next big thing.
It was.
Alas, it wasn't.
Did you?
First season's
Did
good.
you? Did your mic just change?
Yeah, I
Hello.
don't know. I just shut off.
A little bit of an echo there for a hot second, but it worked.
I'm back.
Gucci.
I'm back. Dude, Fire Force first season is not a bad starter.
No. There's the slight etchiness in it, but if you read your audience right, you should be set fine.
Yeah, I see. I was gonna do something like Code Geass, but I was like, I think
That's a little too in depth, a little too
that's
brainy.
that's why I didn't have Attack on Titan on here either.
That's why I kept out most of the ones most of the ones I put in here are very surface level.
Yeah.
That's why like I didn't put in the Parasite. I didn't
Mhm.
I didn't put in Death Note. I didn't put in Mob Psycho. Although that
Yeah.
one is good that one's good enough that even at the surface level, it's still amazing.
Right.
But I kept out some of those more ones that you have to use your brain.
Yeah, it's hard. You have to read your audience too,
You really do.
because like Cole is like someone where I'm like, okay, yeah, shonen,
Shonen,
but
peak shonen guy.
mhm. When there's someone else, like say, it's hard. It's hard.
It really is. The biggest thing on recommending anime for a beginner is you gotta read that. You gotta know what their tastes are at least a little bit.
Yeah.
because you
But
might be able to put them on like a My Hero Academia to start off with if they like that kind of stuff. But
mm,
that one is a little corny.
I know that's what I was thinking because I wanted to put that. I had that at like 4 at first, but then I was like, I think a lot of people be off put, especially if you're like the reason you're questioning anime is because you think it's like for kids and
Childish.
childish.
That is
Then My
very. It
Hero
can
is
be
gonna
very
come off
childish.
like that.
It
And I
turns a
guess
lot
not.
of people into anime though. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
start with My Hero.
And I guess Naruto can come off childish, but I think the themes are adult enough where
Oh, after you get through the Land of Waves arc,
mm,
you're like, this isn't as childish as you thought it was gonna be.
right. That's kind of my thoughts too. And Naruto just is that's probably the biggest anime when it comes to like most viewed. It inspires merch all over the place.
hmm The only
Like
thing that might sniff it is Dragon Ball.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
there's so many people that fanboy Dragon Ball because of the what did they play it on Toonami or something, and it just like
yeah.
you could
Nostalgia.
honestly, I think the reason that it was so successful on airing on television is because people would like children would watch one episode and then they'd forget about it for like 5 or 6 weeks, and
Hmm.
then they'd be able to watch the episode that's like 5 or 6 episodes later, and they were
Hmm.
still in like the same fight.
Yeah,
So you didn't notice that all of this other because nothing happens. Nothing
right.
happens in the whole 6 episodes.
And like there is like so many power ups. You could just be like, oh my gosh, look at how strong Goku is now, and that'd be super appealing to you because you'd
Uh
be like, oh
huh.
my god.
It gets those people that are into the power ups. Everybody loves a
Which
good power up.
which are hype in their own regard, and honestly, Dragon Ball was pretty revolutionary with them.
That is true. Got the Super Saiyan, the Super Saiyan, the Super Saiyan.
Yeah, they stuck to the formula. They still haven't wavered either.
No, they gotta keep juicing that for all they can get, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll juice that to the max.
I kind of want to read or watch the original Dragon Ball because I feel like I've actually liked that quite a lot.
I think I'll probably end up reading it sooner or later.
Because
They have a
watching
box
Dragon
set that I
Ball,
don't think is that expensive, so.
yeah, and like watching Dragon Ball Z when I did when I was younger and like 7th grade, I think is when I actually watched the whole thing.
Uh huh.
I was young enough where I was like, "Okay, this is good. This is
Yep.
sick. This is awesome." And then like you try to go back and like rewatch it, which I've rewatched some stuff, and I'm just like, "Whoa, does
But
not age well.
the
Does not
fact
age well."
no, it does not. I tried to watch it for the first time ever like 4 years ago, and be expecting good things, and wow, was I sorely mistaken because it was bad.
Yeah, it's so bad.
But even
Dude,
being that
AK,
bad,
be real.
even being that bad though, it like it turned so many people towards anime that were younger.
Yeah.
Like those people are less skeptical towards anime just because they watched Dragon Ball, even though it was atrocious.
Oh, it's so influential. So influential. And low key, we're kind of blessed that Dragon Ball is the one that popped off because since it is not very good, everything we've gotten since then has just been fucking fire.
Yeah, I it. I mean, if you want to go off of the most influential, every shonen at this point has its roots in Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if that's good.
I have the first volume that I've read. I don't know, it's okay.
Yeah.
I obviously you probably need to read more than one volume to know how good it actually is,
Right.
but it's been pretty okay at that point.
God, I wanted to put JoJo's in this so bad, but
It's
that's so
so
out there.
you
So
can't,
out there.
dude. It is a bit too wacky for this kind of list.
It is too out there. I think Cole would really like that one.
I think he would. That is just wacky enough for him
Mm-hmm.
to keep his mind entertained.
Dude, we should just start throwing people on X-Arm.
Yeah, I'm going to start recommending X-Arm. Hey, guys, everyone that listens to this all the way to the end, X-Arm is the best anime I've ever seen in my life.
Uh-huh.
You have to
Check it out.
watch it. I think it's on Crunchyroll. Check it out. I think it's pretty short.
What's that other anime that came out the same season as X-Arm, I think? What? It was just as crazy. It was like a hentai, but it wasn't.
Oh, Redo of Healer?
Yeah, Redo of Healer. Redo of Healer. Check that one out too.
Yeah,
Really good.
guys, my second favorite anime after X-Arm is Redo of Healer.
Where do you even
You have
watch
to
Redo
check
of
that
Healer?
out. I think I had to go to some hentai site to watch like the first couple episodes. It is
Yeah.
wild. They did not. Yeah, that is something that it takes a special kind of person to actually watch that and enjoy it. Has some interesting premise to it, but they took it a direction
Yeah.
that they probably didn't have to.
Dude, the power system, I was like low key kind of cool, but
They took it a direction that they absolutely did not have to.
mm-hmm.
The premise, honestly, the premise is pretty cool. I'll agree with that. Premise is actually pretty sick. Smart idea. Really weird execution. It's just, you got to watch it to know.
Dude, Ken Ganasha, read it.
I'm going to have to if they never come out with the next season.
I don't think they are.
Is it canceled or what?
Well, everything I look at it, it's so outdated. Like
I know,
the
it's
release
like
date is in the past
it's
already.
like 2019. God
So
damn it.
I'm assuming
Netflix,
it's just
give me my Kengan Ashura.
old manga is fire, and it's still fire. I love it. One of my favorites.
I believe it. You always talk about it, but
Baki's amazing. What do you mean? Don't talk shit.
Baki is absolute trash.
I like it.
It's like trying to be JoJo's, but it's not good at it.
No, I think Baki takes itself super seriously, and it's
I think
so
that's
outlandish.
It is just so freaking weird.
Oh my god!
One of the dudes gets defeated and ages like 300 years.
Yeah.
Because he lost the will to fight. Like, what?
Dude, Baki like is like hooking up with his girl at one point, and his dad's like standing in the corner. Oh,
He's like, you can't make that shit up.
No, you can't make it up.
You really can't.
And he goes into a speech about it. Oh, it's so awesome. It's so outlandish. It's so incredible.
Epic.
I liked it. I'd give it a 4 out of 10.
It's bad. I watched the first 13 episodes, or like the first part. I give it like a 2.5 out of 10. But the CGI scenes brings it up to like a 7.
Yeah, dude, the CGI scenes are so funny. Oh my god, they're amazing.
It's just so weird, so offsetting, off-putting when you see that CGI in there.
Dude, Baki's so popular. The manga has like a cult following. I think the manga must be okay. I've read some of it, and it is okay.
If it's anything like the anime, I know that I did not desire to read it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ken Ganasha is way better, but
Yeah, Kengan Ashura is actually pretty good.
dude, have you picked up Vagabond yet?
No, dude, I should. I gotta read. I gotta watch way too many things, but Vagabond is probably close to the top.
You're really gonna like it.
I think I really will. I'll pick it up when I get some more cash. Get some cash flow.
I think I'm gonna read Bleach. That's my next adventure. I think I'll actually quite like it.
I think you will too. I gotta pick up Bleach again. I had to stop myself from finishing the One Punch Man webcomic because I started reading the webcomic and I was like, okay, I know if I start reading this, I'm literally gonna finish it tomorrow.
Right.
Because I can't wait. but it's charming. It really is charming. But we
Dude,
have
yeah,
we have gotten kind of off topic again, as usual.
as per usual.
We might have to end the episode here. So, hope you guys enjoyed listening to the our top 10 beginner anime. And
They're pretty good ones. If you're
yeah,
gonna put someone on, I think you could take just about everything we talked about and put them
I
on.
think so. I would agree with that. And as usual, we forgot to shout out our Instagram and our Discord until the end, but those links will be in the bio.
Heck yeah.
Otherwise, hopefully we'll get on a more regularly scheduled thing now that we actually have some regular schedules. But we'll see